Dang, 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 dang. I just thought I'd let you know we could be about to have a literal tea explosion because my laptop lead is touching my cup of tea. Hey guys, it's Emily and today I'm going to be filming a video all about A-level history. This was requested on my results day video to film like a how I got through it, what are my top tips, kind of thing. Here are my top tips about history A-level. Top tip number 1, you have to love it to take it. This stands for all A-level subjects. Only take an A-level subject if 1, you love the subject and you're going to put the work in. There is no point taking an A-level subject just because you're good at it but you hate it. GCSE, it's very easy to know that, oh, I'm really good at that subject, that means it's going to be really easy at A-level. A-level is a completely different ball game and it is so much harder. You have to do so much more work. Only take subjects you love doing. Do not take a subject if you don't love it just because you're good at it, because you're gonna end up nowhere. You're just gonna end up crying in a corner, because I know many people that happen to. I don't want it to be you. Another thing is keep on top of everything weekly. So this for me was a Sunday. Every Sunday I would have a sit down Sunday session, as I used to call them, go through all my notes from that week. This mainly helped with my coursework side of things. This was at A2 level, so my second year. I would sit down on a Sunday and go through all my notes, make sure all my notes were up to date. Do it whatever day works for you, but try and keep up to date every single week. Don't like have it looming over you that you need to do notes. The third thing that helped me massively was my weekly revision sessions with Salem. Salem was my history teacher, Mr. Salem, sir. I don't know. I don't know if he's watching this. If he is, hi Mr. Salem. Me and Mr. Salem used to have like a weekly revision session. So every Tuesday, period 3, I'd go to his office and we would go through the entire week's worth of work, because our course tends to work that every week we would do a different section of the course. So it was a very fast moving course because you just had 1 week to conquer one part of the course, and after that you didn't really go back to it until Easter. So you had to have understood it after that 1 week. So he would go through exactly what we had learned that 1 week and would have a proper just sit down revision session. Next thing is free periods. Use your frees. Just use them. Just literally use your frees. I used to go to the workroom, get my headphones out, plug them in. Tip 5, use fact lists. I cannot tell you how good fact lists are. I used Quizlet, which is like a flashcard program which makes all of your little facts into flashcards, and then you like go online and go through it. So after every section of the course we'd have done a quiz. I would then condense the quiz into a fact list. So for every part of the course I had a set amount of facts, if that makes sense, so I only had to learn those facts to relate it to the course. Number 6 is work with your friends. If you've got the same free periods as your history class, my free periods were all the same as the majority of my class, I would just ask them questions and learn with them, because I have a lot of friends that are very intelligent and they got it first time and they were really good at explaining it in a way that my teacher sometimes didn't explain it. They'd just give me a different insight into what exactly we were learning about. Point number 7 is work at your coursework. Do so much work for your coursework, because I cannot stress how much you're gonna want a good coursework grade. I got an A in my coursework. I was 1 mark off an A star in my coursework. I found coursework much easier because it was an essay. I could do so much work for 1 essay. I could literally spend hours and hours and hours. It was a day that I spent about 4 hours solid. I made it so good. I have never written a piece of work as good as my coursework was. It was amazing. I'm proud of my coursework. Make your parents reread it, make your teachers reread it, bug your teachers 24/7 to reread your coursework and give you the best advice. Tip number 8 is get a cracking playlist. My favourite for revision was the Piano Guys. Their piano music is so calming and so therapeutic. I would have 1 song on repeat for that like 25-minute revision session. Tip number 9, this only works if you have a MacBook, but there's a timer called Pomodoro timer. Basically it's called a tomato timer, and you set the amount of sessions you want to do per day and you set the amount of time you want to do each session for. So I did 8 sessions of 25 minutes per day when I was doing like my focused block revision, but that made me really focus because I had a timer going. I could see exactly how much of that 25 minutes I had used and I could just keep going, motivating me, so I could say to my mum, oh my god, I did 7 tomatoes today. I like timing things. My 10th tip is mock papers aren't the be all and end all. I did 4 mock papers in my entire time at upper 6th. I got a U in every single one. I never got a grade in any mock paper, and then in the exam I pulled a B. This shows that mock papers shouldn't stress you out. I understand that obviously mock papers are done as a mock, but mock papers just stressed me out. Now, point 11 is kind of the opposite. Examiner reports and mark schemes, however, are the best thing I ever found. I know it'll be different for some of you watching this because I know the specification has changed. They were incredible for my course because I went through every single specification paper from, I think, since 2009, and I made spreadsheets upon lists of facts, could plan every single essay question that had ever come up, had exact fact lists of all the questions. So I just learned a list of facts and related it to any question I got given. So I just couldn't pick up in class how I was meant to write these essays, whereas in my own time and just sitting down and going through these examiners' reports and mark schemes, I've really picked it up. Relate any information to the question. This is when you're sitting the exam. For my 40-marker question, I came out that exam and I said to everyone, I don't think I did very well in that 40-marker, guys, because I made the whole thing up. I knew a lot of information, but not around the stated factor, so I just used all the information that I could possibly gather in my head and shoved it on the paper and related it in some way. So these are my timelines. I stuck these on my wall. So this is one for side taking. This was part of the course. So I had a bit on personal loyalties, a bit on neutralism, a bit on constitution, and a bit on religion. It's very clear as to what point is which. I did this for every section of the course and stuck them on my wall. So like here's one for personal rule. Personal rule was my absolute favourite part of the course. Point number 14, I know there's many points, but this is top tips to surviving A-level history. Make revision songs. I cannot tell you how my revision song saved me. Those of you who have watched my GCSE revision video, you will know that I had 3 set revision songs that I listened to on repeat to learn all about the Nazis. But I made revision songs myself, so one day I got really bored and made an entire song about witches. The final point is to keep smiling and keep your head up. This is possibly the hardest point of them all, because if you're in the headspace that I was in at A-level history, I did not want to smile and I did not want to keep my head up at all. Literally everything was going wrong and I was incapable of doing the course, and I don't think anyone understands just how demoralizing that is when you're getting in your end of term grades, you're getting a 4, which is the lowest grade that you can get. I just cried. I went through my upper 6th year crying about A-level history. Just do your best and just try and keep your head up and use your teachers and use your friends and just try and stay as positive as you can. Find an outlet to it. Do exercise. Don't stress yourself out so much and make it the worst experience ever like I did. Try and stay as positive as you can, even though I know it's so hard. If you ever want to message me about A-level history, please feel free, because I have nothing else to do with my days. My Instagram is always in the down bar, as is my Snapchat. I really hope you guys enjoyed hearing some revision tips about how I revised for history A-level. I mean, this is just specific on history because I did 2 art subjects. You can't revise for A-level art and A-level photography. You can only revise for history at my subjects. So this is why it's very specific. Tips would actually work on most subjects. So just apply them with your own course. If you did enjoy this, please give this a big thumbs up and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.